Whether it's at Otagoville High School or Alabama State, Malcolm Cyrus has always held his football future in his hands. But on draft night, he won't be holding a football, he will be holding this, a cell phone, hoping he'll get his call on draft night. Expectations for the Tigers this year are as big as the Jumbotron that will be installed this summer. But if today's spring game is any indication, however, Jeremy Johnson and the rest of the team are well on their way toward fulfilling them. The first day of spring practice is always an important one, but that is especially the case for the quarterback position. Jeremy Johnson and the rest of the pack get their first opportunity to show who will be the heir to Nick Marshall's throne. Tonight, Auburn and Alabama meeting on the hardwood for the second time this season. It will be a grudge match for the Tigers, who lost the first meeting this season in Tuscaloosa by 2. Tonight, they tip off in Auburn. On the eve of Fever signing day, the state's top uncommitted prospect is now committed. It's a story we broke this afternoon on Twitter. Prince Tega Wanagaho Jr., a 6'8", four-star defensive lineman from Edgewood Academy, says he'll sign with the Auburn Tigers tomorrow morning. Edgewood's coach Bobby Carr tells me Tega says the family atmosphere at Auburn reminds him of Edgewood. It was expected, but now it is official. Jeremy Johnson is the starting quarterback for the Auburn Tigers. Coach Malzahn tweeted that breaking news this afternoon, and Malzahn went on to say everyone in the Auburn program has 100% confidence in him, and it's hard not to. Johnson was solid in Saturday's A-Day game, passing for 252 yards and 2 touchdowns, all in the first half. Here's Malzahn's comments on the former Carver Mr. football following Saturday's game.
Yeah, I thought Jeremy did some good things. He has real good command of our offense. Probably held the ball a little too long on a couple plays, but overall I thought he did a good job.
In 2 seasons with the Tigers, Johnson has passed for 858 yards and 9 touchdowns. He started the 2014 season in opener against Arkansas, passing for 243 yards and 2 touchdowns in a 45-21 win. Well, there's one QB situation solved, but another still wide open. The question 2 days after Alabama's spring game, can Jake Coker take control of the starting job? He was the top passer in Saturday's A-Day game with 183 yards and a touchdown, but he only completed 50% of his passes and even tossed an interception. David Cornwell was the second leading passer with 110 yards. And speaking of quarterbacks, it's Tebow time in the NFL once again. Tim Tebow has signed a 1-year deal with the Philadelphia Eagles. The 2007 Heisman winner is getting another shot after spending the last 2 seasons out of the NFL. Tebow and Chip Kelly, sounds like fun. And moving on to baseball, Auburn picked up a big series win over the Ole Miss this weekend at Plainsman Park. A lot of it had to do with pitching, namely former Edgewood Academy standout Cole Lipscomb. He has been named the SEC Pitcher of the Week after he fired his first career complete game over the Rebels Friday night. Cole allowed just 1 run while striking out a career-high 10 Rebels. Monday afternoon in the baseball capital city, final home game for top-ranked Faulkner. Eagles down 2-0 in the third to 9th-ranked Tennessee Wesleyan, and the Bulldogs add to it. Tim Kine singles out the right field, and that will bring in Jordan Garrett for a 3-0 Bulldogs lead. In the fourth, Faulkner finally finds the scoreboard with Mario Amaral with the liner over second that will plate Chris Madera, and the Eagles trail 3-1. The Bulldogs hang on to best the Eagles 5-4, and next up for Faulkner, a big Capital City showdown this week, a 3-game series with AUM to close out the regular season. Well, Devin Mitchell decided to leave for Jordan State, and today another former Tide basketball player announcing where he will transfer. Guard Ricky Tarrant is heading to Memphis. He is expected to graduate in May and be eligible to play the upcoming season for the Tigers. Tarrant averaged 13 points per game last season, but missed the final 15 games of the year with a foot injury. And that's all for tonight's segment. I'm Pierce Quinn, and you're watching WSFA 12 Sports.
In that corner over there, I had died.
The journey to finding the end zone began right here at Otagoville High School for Malcolm Cyrus.
I the ball, but they called it a touchdown.
In Class 1A for the Eagles, he began laying the groundwork to reach a goal of playing collegiately.
People told me I should have went to Prattville. you know, because they're a bigger school and you get bigger scholarships. But if you put your mind to it, you can go from anywhere and make it to, you know, wherever you need to make it to.
And Cyrus made it to Alabama State. And after 3 years of sharing time at running back, Malcolm's time to shine finally came in 2014, his senior season. And boy did he shine, rushing for 1,662 yards and 12 touchdowns. He was named All-SWAC and was top 10 in the nation in rushing.
I came in and worked hard the whole season, all the way through, and even in the off season. And I had goals, I set goals, and I always set high goals.
Now the goal is the NFL. Since the end of the 2014 season, he has played in the FCS Bowl, worked out at ASU's Pro Day, and held a private workout. The grind leading up to draft week to prove he belongs.
If I put my mind to it, I believe I can get there. All I want is a shot. If a team give me a chance or a shot, I prove to them that, you know, I'm durable and I'm able to make their team and be an asset to their team.
Whether it's at Otagoville High School or Alabama State, Malcolm Cyrus has always held his football future in his hands. But on draft night, he won't be holding a football. He will be holding this, a cell phone, hoping he'll get his call on draft night.
My name get called in the draft, hooray. But if my name don't get called, it's always free agent contracts and things like that. I just want a shot.
A shot at reaching another goal. Pierce Quinn, WSFA 12 Sports. An A grade on A-Day from Gus Malzahn for his Auburn Tigers.
Big picture that we set out spring, I really think we accomplished that with our attitude, our effort, our body language, and just the standard, you know, just getting the standard all the same. And, you know, I really think we improved. And like I said, I really like where we're at the end of spring. I think to have a good summer.
Facing the second-team defense, the first-team offense scored on the opening drive, with Brock Thomas going 36 yards for the first of his 2 touchdowns. Daniel Carlson drilled a 50-yard field goal, and then what the 62,000 fans came to see, Jeremy Johnson, the heir apparent at quarterback, going long, first to Ricardo Lewis, then to Duke Williams. Jeremy threw for 252 yards and 2 TDs in the first half.
It was ready for Day 5 fans, and we got the best fan in college football.
How confident are you that this offense can be one of the best in the SEC?
I'm very confident, and as long as we make plays down the field vertically, take a good chance, at least 8 down the field plays, we're going to be very successful.
The A-Day MVPs, Trey Matthews on defense, he had an interception, and Myron Burton on offense. 7 catches, 124 yards, playing for both sides. Gus Malzahn upbeat about Auburn's chances this fall.
You know, we're going to have some freshmen that will definitely be a part. We'll have a chance to get better each game, and but I like where we're at. You know, ready to get this new talented group of freshmen coming in, and I think this team will have a chance to improve throughout the year, and that's the key to winning championships. You know.
Expectations for the Tigers this year are as big as the Jumbotron that will be installed this summer. But if today's spring game is any indication, however, Jeremy Johnson and the rest of the team are well on their way toward fulfilling them. Pierce Quinn, WSFA 12 News.